wow. So we're moving on to the Merlot.
Merlot.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. So, you know, we were just talking, Dr. Lee, here at Wiseville Winery. You make 30 different varietals of wine. I mean, that's like 10 wineries.
That's like insane.
Yeah. How do you do it? How do you do that? I mean, to me, that seems like that would be hard to do that many different wines.
You know, I have traveled a lot and spent many years in Europe, and everywhere I go, I have this wonderful wines, and I'll say, I just love that wine.
Oh, wow.
I can make that wine.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So, yeah, I have this crazy idea that I bet you I could make that wine and make it
Better.
or
as good.
at least drinkable.
Right. There you go.
And,
That's
you know,
key.
it's just a challenge for me to make the best possible wine with the varietal character of that grape showing up in that glass.
Right.
And it's just a challenge that I'd love to take. And I love lots of different wines. And the more you think about food and wine, it seems like there's all these wonderful occasions that just that particular one is just going to be a real hit. So yeah, I like lots of wines, and I love making lots of wines.
Well, it seems like it's if you drink a glass of wine or you have a bottle of wine, it's a little different. Watch out, you could be making that tomorrow.
Oh,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
You don't think of that being an inspiration to a winemaker, that they're going to drink other wines and go, you know, I really like that wine. I think I could do that too.
Yeah.
And so that's interesting.
Yeah, I you know, when I read about the history of this whole area and what different wines were actually made out of here, which were very different than what you would think of today.
Oh wow.
And then when you think about the hills, the nice rolling hills, and you think about the European countrysides, where are all the vineyards in this over?
Right.
They're all rolling hills.
Right.
And you use the hills for different varietals.
Sure.
The top is different than
Right.
the bottom.
Right.
The west is warmer, but not as the east is cooler. The north is the coldest. I mean, you use the angle of the sun. I mean, there's so much you can do with a varietal. It could be 90-95 degrees.
Right.
But we happen to be in a very unique inversion layer right here,
Right.
which drops the temperature in 5, 6, 7 degrees.
Right.
With a breeze, north side is cooler. You plant your grapes north-south. You
Right.
put a full canopy on the vines. 90-95 degrees, inversion layer, 5 degrees drop.
Right.
North side, another degree or two.
Right.
It's lower over there, and maybe another degree because it's lower, not the top, the bottom. Full canopy of vines. Inside the vines, you can drop the temperature 5, 10, 15 degrees.
Oh wow. Wow.
Now my Pinot Noir doesn't
Right.
sound like it's such a crazy idea.
No. Well, I mean, it's kind of like you're kind of like a cook in the kitchen. You're
Yeah,
like,
right.
hey, if I put a little of this in there, and
Yeah.
it's gonna make it taste like that. And if I'm gonna try this, and so it's kind of like cooking in the wine laboratory,
That's
right? And that's real neat. I mean, you don't hear folks trying to do that many different varietals in one location.
Yeah, it's something. It's taking the science and applying science to a lot of traditional ways of doing things.
Right.
And I tell people all the time that I am absolutely not normal. There's just about nothing normal that I do. I mean, we're organic out in our vineyard.
Right.
We're sustainable organic.
Right.
And how I make my wine in the winery is probably 1% of the world
Wow.
makes wine like I do.
Wow.
That
That's
means
incredible.
99% of everyone else makes it
Doing it.
very
Right.
different than what I do.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing I think is when you do something like wine, when you're doing something in a creative fashion, if you follow everybody else, then what makes you different? What makes you, you know, maybe better, different, gives people like, oh wow, this tastes different than what I tasted.
Yeah, and different may be good or bad.
Right. Right.
Different, making sure that you're true to the grape.
Right.
Fresh fruit, the grape.
Right.
That's what ends up in your glass when you're
Right,
tasting the wine. And that different I want.
Right. Right.
All right.
Well, I think the thing that people forget is winemaking is farming, right? I mean,
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
it's agriculture, and you're hoping that Mother Nature helps you with good weather this year, so the grapes come out at the time that they need to come out. you don't have a cold snap right before harvest or what have you. That can change everything, right?
A cold snap,
Right.
early springtime, bud break. That's the danger for all vineyards,
Right.
except this vineyard.
Okay.
And vineyards in this vicinity of
Right.
Placer County rolling foothills,
Right.
because that inversion there I mentioned
Right. Protects them.
reverses.
Oh, wow.
And there has never been a frost in early springtime here.
Oh wow.
Now,
Huh.
you know, Napa, Sonoma, Mendocino,
Right.
Lodi, all these different areas of California. Every single year they get a frost.
Right.
Every year.
Yeah, I read about it all the
Yeah.
time, but I
Early
didn't realize.
springtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never here.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Placer County.
Yeah.
It's definitely an original winemaking AVA, and you got to come and check it out, right?
That's right, yeah.
So this is different than maybe other wineries you've seen in other parts of the state. Wisevilla Winery. Make sure you check out their Facebook page for the classes that happen on Saturday and Sunday, and all the other events. And they have a restaurant right here, and plenty of outdoor seating right now. Wisevilla Winery. Check it out.